So this is a digital single lens reflex camera, the DSLR. And the single lens meaning there's only one lens on it, right? It's not multiple lenses, there's one lens. This happens to be a 50mm lens. And reflex meaning that mirror, remember we talked about the mirror that flicks up, the reflex mirror. Camera, single lens reflex camera. And I'm just going to go through the camera right now and just show you the different parts of the camera so you get an idea. Here's the part of the optics, and a good lens has really good glass inside. So the more you spend on the lens, the better the glass is. That's what you're spending the money for. When you get into the really expensive lenses that cost you $1,000, $2,000, you're also paying for all the O-rings and the things like that, the seals that are in it that stop water from getting in. This one's a little different. So this is actually an older Rebel T1, and it still takes awesome pictures that I can still sell. I also have another camera. It's a Canon 7D that I'll maybe show you later. But I'm going to go through the little part here so very quickly. So here's the lens. If we take the lens off, here's a button to take the lens off. Right, you'll notice on the lens here there's a red dot, sometimes it's a white dot, and when you're putting your lens on, what you do is instead of trying to figure out how to couple it up, you line the red dot with the red dot here, or if there's a white dot, you line the white dot with the white dot, and as soon as you line them up, it fits in perfectly, and then you just lock it into place. And to take it off, there's a button here on this camera. Your camera might be different. You just look at your manual, just twist it and take it off. And there's that mirror in there we were talking about earlier, and about the single lens reflex. And behind there is the light sensor. So I'm going to line this back up. So here's the lens, okay? And this is the focusing ring. This actually has autofocus or manual focus. It has a selection. You can choose either or. Okay, this one is to make the flash pop up in the front here. The flash in the front is not always that great, but anyway, here's the controls here that let you choose your manual mode. Here's the, mine is called aperture value. It's an aperture priority. This is TV for, I can't remember what TV stands for in Canon, but it's basically shutter priority. This is a program, one of the automatic modes. And this is a fully automatic mode for the Canon. And then here's all your other ones, like your, I don't know what these are. This is the portrait one. This is for landscapes. And then macro, which close up, sports. So there's a lot of different things. Here's the one for movies. And these cameras actually take really good quality video if you're ever doing that. So that's how you select thing. This camera has the on-off button here. This is the ISO selector. We'll talk about ISO later. And it's about the sensitivity of the light sensor in your camera. On-off button I talked about. This is called a hot shoe. You can buy dedicated flashes that go onto your camera. This is a Canon. See my camera bouncing around here. This is a Canon flash that would go on top of this camera here, and you can tell by all the pins on it, and then the pins there, they line up, that this is a dedicated flash, which means that it used to be that you had to figure out how the flash worked and how to expose for the flash, but now you can just put a flash on, the light goes through here, the computer and the camera senses how much light is needed and tells the flash, and it fires the flash at the appropriate light level. So here's the viewfinder. Okay, they're all just controls. On mine, this is the menu to go through all the menu functions on the camera. And here's the display. It tells me that I'm 1/100th of a second for my shutter speed. I'm f10 for my aperture. My ISO is 100. But this tells you all the things that's going on in your camera. Here's the menu. You just go through different things in your menu, and it tells you, you select what you want to select, that kind of thing. And most cameras are the same. They've got all different kinds of controls over here, and your manual will tell you what's what on your camera. This is the grip for the camera. This is the shutter button for the camera. And on this particular camera, this is a battery pack. This is an extra battery pack, so it's got extra batteries in it. I'm going to try and open it up here. And this camera, here's extra battery packs. So what this means is that your camera will last longer, and it's great for if you're taking lots of pictures and you need more battery power. You can buy one of these battery packs. If you buy it from Canon or from Nikon, you'll pay a good chunk of money for it, but I found on eBay you can get these fairly cheap. I think this one was $60, and it allows you to turn the camera on its edge and shoot with your stuff here and have controls here, so you're kind of in this portrait mode instead of the landscape mode, right? It allows you to turn your camera this way and shoot this way comfortably, and this is a hand grip right here. So this is the basics of the camera, just to give you an idea what they are.